Meanwhile, though, flashbang down into mid, actually hits Magus, but still comes out ahead with the Glock, and that opens up business on Catwalk side. Lekro's about to get tested by multiple T's, but he's whiffed all his bullets, and it's going to cost him his life. They needed him to hold on desperately.
So many awkward fights for NiP, so many individual awkward fights. First Dennis on Catwalk, Lekro at long with 3 players jumping wildly, difficult targets to hit. And it just snowballed out of control. Everyone from NiP caught out in the open against multiple Astralis members. Rez gonna try and use the planter. He knows where one is, not peeking. Wanted to try and even out the odds a little bit, but now he's stuck in the corner.
An excellent pistol in the first map. Really shining light, but
guarantee that weapon is gonna be able to finish off the kills. And a slight opportunity missed and now taken away from them. Magisk and Dupree, 2 quick kills. Lekro getting the dink, but again, the USPs, so it doesn't do much. Not a lot of stopping power on those USPs.
No, like mosquitoes to a windshield. Not too much gonna happen. And only have 2 of them left. The standard issue pistol in play for Forest and Dennis are stacking together at the very least, looking if they can maybe take one of these stray Danes away. But the flashbang gonna be preceding Device's push. Isn't gonna lose any health at all as he bests Dennis in the round following.
It's so tough when you're in that position and you get the 1 kill as Rez, but the Molotov is really restricting your movement, and it's a perfect for Magisk, who knows exactly where to aim as he swings wide. Astralis, patient enough, as you mentioned, to just run the utility, the counter utility low, and NiP have nothing to break that hit up. It had to have been brute force. And Magisk gonna continue his tear from that first map. Saves coming out from these last 3 NiP members. They can still buy up around this, maybe a half investment from Rez and Dennis. They won't be able to have rifle. They needed to find that frag.
It's a bit of a stalemate on long, but Magisk has now opened his account once more. The player that was reaping kills left and right in the first map is maybe going to pick up 2 in this. Forrest says no. Slaps him down. Going to be tested again. Flashbang has cleared. Forrest comes out. That's what NiP are looking for. They need Forrest to shine. Bomb's been dropped pre-fire. Not quite enough to claim Glaive, but Forrest, 3 separate duels going. For NiP, the only good news is time is starting to dwindle. They're gonna have to play off that. They need kills to come in right here, right now. And the smoke's been deployed to CT. It's now a 2-angled attack, and Glaive is the first to strike. It's gonna be going all the way of the Danes. Get Right can maybe hold the line. All by his lonesome, does get the first, looking for a second, picks that up too. Is still alive for a few more moments. Has he stalled long enough for the rest of NiP to get close? I don't think they're going to go for this. Forrest only has 13 health, and Rez with no grenades. A valiant attempt by Get Right, but I don't think it's going to yield the round.
No, it's not. Mostly because Forrest just doesn't have the HP to even come and try and fight for this. They have to back away. That's a beautiful hit from Astralis. That smoke on the long corner as well. Even though Get Right's rotating back, he doesn't have an angle to assist his teammates and to cover them. Astralis able to get in with ease. Opening 2 kills. If Get Right had gotten that 3rd frag, he does dink Magisk. That might have been the one needed to prompt Rez and Forrest to go for it, just not enough. A 4th round now for the...
Dennis is going to go down without much of a fight alongside Lekro. Rotation from Get Right into long, but the battle has been lost on A. Get Right may get the better of Device, but doesn't want to overextend. They need to hold on to these guns.
You have to imagine Astralis knows the money situation so well, and just says, okay, the 2 B players saved their guns, so let's not even mess with them. Let's not even go to that side of the map. Let's attack long where we know they've been weakened, where even if they are able to buy or drop some guns over, there might not be the nades to stop this. And obviously going up against a scout and a pistol, NiP has only 1 real option left when those 2 players go down. Astralis really exploiting the economy of NiP at this point.
Having a bit of fun in their downtime, allowing NiP to survive.
One of the
money. It's going to be easy to replenish that fallen gun. It was worth the pursuit of taking a rifle away from NiP. Meanwhile, that does put an AK in Dennis's hands, but Astralis, they're going to be 6-1 in the lead.
And when you got battered on the first map and you're starting to get pretty battered here on Dust2, at least to open things up in the first stages of this half, even just save. And it's hard to blame him after that first map. There's Lekro.
Oh, dear. From bad to worse for NiP, Get Right and Rez gonna have to stand very tall and deliver something special if they're gonna pick up their second round here.
Magisk in the B bomb side, he's gonna get a free kill onto Rez. He's snuck in that whole time, it's just Get Right. 13 HP, which you don't like to see, but he's got the bomb down. And he's doing what he believes will be the last thing they expect. Get aggressive through those mid doors, but there's so much time for Astralis to work with.
And Xyp9x had him dead to rights. If he just comes around this corner, Get Right's gonna be looking towards the left side of mid, finds him.
They've gone no matter what it's been up against. They've pretty much gotten everything they wanted.
That Crow's gonna be able to get two though from the side of long. Neither of Astralis were checking that out. Now is not the time to take your foot off the gas. But Lekr0 gonna meet Xyp9x, who's always focused, always concentrating. Rez with his Desert Eagles gonna try and pick up
their single round win as well. And now the AWP is ringing true, and he's being very aggressive and very mobile on this map, trying to rotate into the point of contact. The double AWP's now working wonders as Lekr0 adds on top of it.
Rez finds Glaive. Is it going to be the clean sweep? Build up a call.
Rez needs to hold on to the B bomb site, but he's only got Device to challenge him, and that's a nasty angle for the AUG. Magisk with low HP. He was hoping Device could open things up. He's going to grab an AK-47 and go for it, but it looks like NiP's going to get up to 3 rounds on Dust2. The footsteps have been heard. The utility gives it away even more. And he's not even...
This is ruining the vision of Get Right. He can't see anything. It's all down to Forest in this smoke. And oh, the timing. He is going to get one, but traded out instantly. Lekr0 missed his chance. Now going to be swarmed by terrorists. A tsunami of them crashing against the A site. And it's too much for NiP to contend with. Their winning streak may come to an end right here, right now.
That's so tough. The player rotating in towards A has an AWP, puts both AWPs on the defense against all those smokes and flashbangs. Rez trying to open up a window to go for this, but Glaive trying to take off his feet in return. Good kill from Dennis. Glaive is low. This is still a possibility. Halfway into the bomb timer. Dennis needs this kill out towards long. He spots it out, but there's the peek from Rail, and Rez with the AWP is going to chime out one. And
also isolated over on the A side, so can even drop it to somebody, dupreeh. And there's Get Right, speaking of the man with the AWP. Is he going to be able to make it sing for his team? He's going to need to if they're going to pull back in this. Oh, the flashbang. The timing could not have been worse, but somehow Get Right actually escapes with his life.
He wants the fight. Device showing his shoulder, waiting for that flashbang, luring Get Right to stick around for the fight, but meanwhile the A bomb site is open. NiP can't go for this. They have to stay away. Astralis should be able to get up towards 10, but Get Right, the big thing is save that AWP. Do not let that fall into enemy hands. He wants to challenge at least a little bit, but if he's not careful, he's going to get stuck here.
Yeah, it's the kind of position up close that one flashbang will absolutely destroy him if they want to chase. Back away. Looks like he may be able to hold on to it, but again, that's really a small part of this round. The fact of the matter is that Astralis on the T half going to move to 10 rounds already. MP9 save, not fantastic. They at least have a couple of sidearms they can drop across to Lekr0 and Forest. I'm really trying to look at the positives here, Jason, but the fact of the matter is that
there's Astralis, and they lock this NiP defense out of any resistance.
Get Right could be able to save a secondary AWP. That would give them a bunch of firepower in the last round if he can hold on to it. Does connect onto Glaive, but he's still got 36 health and finished off by Dennis. Get Right close. Gonna use it onto dupreeh.
They can go for this all of a sudden. That opened everything up. And I think Get Right's just going to do it with or without his teammates. Lekr0 far away, still in pit. He's saving his AWP. But Get Right wants to at least test it. Dennis is in mid. I think they called it off. Astralis may be overextended, but they caught themselves before it got too out of hand.
Unfortunately, Lekr0, the play that was saving, is the one play with the kit. So if they wanted to go in for that, it would have been really rough times. Dennis has spotted a couple of players. Also, there was a kit. The nightmare starts.
Or continues.
Oh dear, both AWPs have been nullified. Rez still has one in his hands. Has picked up one. Oh, dupreeh switching to the grenade. Worst possible moment for him. And that is going to yield a kill for Dennis. A 2-on-2, one of the best chances that NiP have had in recent rounds. Need Rez and Dennis to chime together and somehow pull this off. They're against Xyp9x and Glaive, two phenomenal clutch players.
I think the tough part is NiP has no clue where Astralis is right now, and someone's going to have to get aggressive and find it out. Dennis going up catwalk, he's taking control of mid. Maybe a chance to stop this cross, but Rez gives it up, gives up the angle with the AWP, and actually Dennis, he might not have known it, but Glaive was very exposed out on catwalk, puts the Molotov out, smokes himself out, which is tough, but the AWP, this is the chance for Rez. Behind the boxes, Xyp9x, and there's the peak. It's just Glaive.
On the wrong side of the smoke, can't really stop this defuse. If a player gets across there, it's Dennis that's above him on catwalk with a kit. Looking to find a headshot on the approach. He's playing a risky game here, Glaive, but it seems to be working out for him thus far. Smoke onto the site, let me peek around the corner. The AWP's missed, and now Glaive has to go in. The bomb's being defused. Glaive needs to stop this.
NiP, the miss to smoke, accidentally smoked themselves off, which could be dangerous. That's not a mistake you want to be making. A stack at this B bomb site, Vince.
Glaive's up close. There is a small gap in the smoke, so we can look to try and pounce. But elsewhere, NiP are overrunning the site. They're looking great to hold on, but Glaive is going to come up with one. It was looking good for a second. Rez, long-range fight with USP is never ideal, but he's somehow going to come ahead alongside Dennis. And it's looking great for NiP.
As long as there's a lot of resistance here, there's the HE grenade. He jumps over it, pulls an 8 out. That could be deadly. And the MAC-10 is going to start going to work. Traded immediately. Can Glaive get back? No, the scout picks him off.
There was a bunch of damage on the approach for NiP as well, though. Lekr0 and Dennis feeling the worst of it, but Forrest, he's on the lurk. He's going to find the remaining CTs. Dupree, though, smacks him through the head with the scout. I believe he heard the AK-47. He wants to go and pick that one up for himself.
That's actually a great find. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to save it or go for a little bit more damage, but a 1 versus 3, he just wants to back off. A valuable weapon, and you imagine if they can bring that into the next round, which I think they will. We might see Dupree buying light armor. He's got a smoke and flash as well. But NiP gonna start this on its own in middle. Gotta be careful, wants to cut off. He hears the footsteps from Glaive, gets a chance. There's Xyp9x, and he's gonna continue the spray. Doesn't find it as he disappears in the smoke, but now he knows. All 3 players in mid, but that AK-47, they can save that as well. That would be a great help to their economy, and Dupree's gonna cover the retreat. This is actually not too shabby for Astralis.
Yeah, even though they're going to concede the rounds, they're taking consistent damage across the NiP and saving guns.
Well, these 2 free rifles going into their first buy, that can help them so much moving forward. If they happen to lose that, they'll still have plenty of money. That'll help them keep AWPs in their hands if they need, although Rez, he spotted this AK, and Dupree initially looked like he wanted to stick around for the fight, but just enough to keep Rez at bay. Destroyed him. The flashbang doesn't work as well for the ninjas, and Dupree gets that kill.
Able to maintain most of his health and put the smoke down as well. Xyp9x in a duel to death with Rez, comes out second best. Nade damage inflicted to Forrest, but it's not too bad. NiP able to stabilize. Oh, Glaive peeks out with the smoke. Uncharacteristic mistake. Will be punished.
Device left alone in the site at A. Dupree is creeping up that spawn ramp to try and help out at long so that no one can turn the corner. That allows Device to focus solely on this one choke point. A minute left for NiP to play with, depending on how they want to readjust, and a big kill for Get Right. Waiting patiently, Device forced out, he's fighting in flames. And there's Get Right again, chiming in for a 3rd. And Magisk, all alone, coming from the B-bomb site. Lekr0's gonna fit Device. Is Dennis gonna do it wide? There's the drop from Get Right. He doesn't look. Dennis has it covered, though. Now window, the next point of danger. Dupree only had time for 1 shot. Utility going to be used as NiP secures the site. The bomb's got to make its way in. So time for Astralis to try and set up to do some damage here and see if they can play their way into this round. There is 1 player, Rez, watching in mid. Him and Lekr0 pretty much shut down the retake before it begins, and that should be the end of danger.
Still 2 armors to save for Astralis. You don't expect them to be using the Scout and Deagle in the next round. Additionally, could be on the hunt for some exit frags, but NiP are going to close the gap 1 round further. This is going to be 5 in a row now for the Swedes. Forrest finds Dupree, so some money going to be burnt, and now Magisk just shy of running into Rez. When it comes down to reaction speed for Rez, spots the head over the wall, and Magisk He is going to perforate his and get the AK-47. Not quite able to get the kills. Lekro Majors has done a lot of damage in this round and will hold on to the AK more than likely.
Yeah, right. He could have the biggest impact in this. We know he's a master of lurking, a master of picking his moment. And look at the stall tactics from Astralis. They're playing this so perfectly. NiP might be forced to go through these smokes. Get Right's gonna give up his stance on long. Forrest gonna cover the bomb site, waiting for that peek from Xyp9x. It's not coming because Device is covering the angle at core, and he's got the first kill. Now Xyp9x pounce. Now he does so well. And again, just buying time. Doesn't need to take the fight. He's got the off, and he's gotten his teammates. And now he's gonna clean him up. 15 seconds.
Way on long have now been somewhat mitigated.
All they have is this long attack, really. Lekro and Rez are here with Forrest, who's in the pit. Dennis is guarding mid. He's in lower dark. Trying to find a timing on these rotations to pounce, and he might have it. Magisk has gone deeper in towards CT spawn, and Dennis now a real chance. As attention is being pulled away, it's perfect. He gets the kill, the headshot from the back. Device has to do more. Xyp9x is going to drop away from Catwalk, but Device still with the off angle. Forrest is watching all along, and NiP going to get into the bomb site.
Xyp9x, the last line of defense, going to wait for the smoke. There's no one watching alongside. Could get the drop on the first player. It's going to be a spray down, but it's not going to go the way of Astralis. Dupree wants to hold on to this AWP for dear life, and the Ninjas will move to 10 rounds.
You have to admire the resilience of NiP.
Keep some AKs, keep the mobility. Xyp9x going to use that smoke. Wrong side of it from NiP's perspective, but only able to get one. Not going to be connecting the dots. And with his death, the A site will follow.
Priority 1 for Astralis in this round. They've done such a good job of saving weapons. It has to be either to find Lekro here in mid or find one AK-47 or go salvage that AWP. And it looks like everyone from Astralis is pushing their respective locations to do just that. Lekro's going to be a free kill. That's one AK. Get Right immediately takes Device away. Covering this AWP. Forcing Astralis to reinvest if they want it.
Meanwhile, Glaive will be very happy with taking an AK out of the round. Magisk still has Kevlar. But even with the save, we are now down to just a 1-round deficit. NiP have brought it back from the has been put onto the site. This is going to stall the plant, but a smoke has been there to neutralize it. Xyp9x can see heads protruding over the sides, going to get one, looking for a second, gets the spray on to Get Right as well. NiP desperately need to hold on to this round, but Astralis now have the player advantage. And Forrest has been found wanting. Rez trying to spray as best as he can. He's not sure where the remaining CTs are at. Whipping bullets left and right of both Xyp9x and Rez, and finally
it's coming, and Dennis hits like a truck.
Desolation from Dennis. A site falls. What a response to a brutal retake loss. Glaive, though, going to keep the dream alive. Still plenty of grenades for Astralis.
They can go for this, Vince.
They really can. Look at that grenade damage as well in chunks. Forrest, he's down to 50. But there's Forrest. Answers back, picking shrapnel out of his teeth. Silences Glaives, eviscerates the retake, and NiP will draw 1 round closer again.
Yeah, Astralis forced away. Not a lot of money. Devices on nothing. They've played it conservative with their economy. It'll be interesting to see what they do. You imagine it's going to be another small investment of pistols. They don't want NiP to take everything away. Not going into round 26. This crowd wants a third map. NiP wants a third map, and they want to take these guns away. That's going to allow them the escape out of the potential danger of the flank, but Glaive gets one from behind.
That will keep NiP honest at this stage. Astralis have the player advantage. Lekro's going to try and take the initiative. He's going to push in, but it's the MP9. He's up against Dupree, still gets the kill. 50% health remaining intact. Astralis positioning for a potential retake. Glaive's going to come in now from the backside of tunnels.
Forrest has to have heard this. Yeah, he hears it. This is big.
Molotov in, Xyp9x out. Glaive looking to extinguish this round. Try and take the bomb away. His position is now covered.
Move in. Oh, what a shot. Can he do more? Had the chance. Rez found the push towards long, and NiP is piling on now. But again, Astralis has been so good at finding some of these AK-47s and just saving them moving forward. They could use some of that now. They can use anything. Rez gonna back away from the fight, but there's one that's pushed up mid. Now they know where both are, and Rez, precision onto Xyp9x. And NiP is gonna take a 14-13. He was looking for that same thing again. Flashbang in the eyes. 25 seconds, and no one has spotted what's coming. Here we go, it's all on Xyp9x and Device.
Xyp9x with the AWP, tailor-made. It's going to be getting 3 with a spray. Single-handedly stops the push. Has snagged this round away from NiP in such an integral moment. Seen this quite a few times with Astralis with a bit of damage to Dupree, forces him out of mid. No longer going to have control over this. Lekr0 can just spot Xyp9x. He did, but that glimmer of a pixel is going to be the demise of Lekr0 Rez. NiP go from the pinnacle to the pit, and now Astralis looking to move one step closer to securing their position in the semi-finals.
Clutch has many meetings, Vince, but you have to just respect the fact that Xyp9x embodies all of them. These last 2 rounds, when Astralis has needed him to tie things up, to give them a lead. Everyone gonna shuffle in towards upper B. It's Force and Lekr0 in mid. Smoke is going to cover them for the moment, but Dupree wants to get aggressive. This could be so dangerous. Even if he gets the first pick, they could hunt him down. There's the shot. He gets away. No, he doesn't. He's tagged up, but Xyp9x covers his retreat. That's from mid, and they found their way to the B bomb site. You still have Magis to deal with. Still so much to deal with. There he is. It's traded. A 2-on-3.
Get right and Rez. Weight of the world on their shoulders. Not far off from the dig is Rez, but Xyp9x gets the upper hand. And now Get Right's going to have to wind back the years with the AWP. A gun that you don't label him with. And